this is the more reason why we have to look at the political alignments. And to do justice to this discussion, today we have in the studio one and only Tambarin Kagara, Dr. Danladi Umar Andulhameed, who is going to do justice to some of the issues we're going to raise this morning. Let me allow him to talk to you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Apaya. How are you?
Fine. Yes, sir. Welcome to the program. And like I said, sir, we are going to be looking at the political alignment to 2027. Now, to begin with, 2027 general election is fast approaching, and Nigerians are yearning for political alignments. But the political players are still one and the same. How possible can this direction be changed, or narratives be changed, so to speak?
In the name of God the Most High, I do believe in the righteousness of Adam through to Noah, Noah to Abraham, Abraham to Jesus, the Maryama to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I thank you very much. I'm really happy this is the right time to discuss politics, particularly general election coming in January. First of all, we must thank God Almighty for granting us life in good health to be in the studio. We thank God Almighty that today Nigeria is among committee of political nations, democratic nations. Unlike many others, they are still under the military. We must also thank General Ibrahim Bademaso Babangida, who is the father of democracy. The democracy we are enjoying today was born by General Ibrahim Bademaso Babangida because he brought the political formula. So the problem has always been application of the formula. Many people do not understand the formula. Many people refuse to learn the formula. Also, we must thank General Abdusalami Alhaji Abubakar. General Abdusalami Abubakar, who willingly handed over to democracy. Otherwise, ordinarily, if it were to be another soldier, he would refuse and nothing will happen. The heaven can fall. Military, when they stand their feet, no going back. So we thank General Ibrahim Abdusalami Abubakar for handing over willingly to democratic government. You see, Apaya, many people do not understand what democracy is all about. And the reason is simple. The definition of democracy is not what we practice in Nigeria today. Commonly taught in secondary school or in primary school, democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But I've always told you, the narrative and the definition has changed in some quarters, particularly in Nigeria. It has been reduced to process of making somebody nobody and making nobody somebody. A situation where we put our culture and tradition, we put our values behind us because of democracy. No, we will never get it right unless and until we uphold onto our values, our traditions, our culture, respect for leaders, respect for constituted authority, in a situation whereby when an elder speaks, the younger ones listen. But democracy today, they think because of the so-called freedom, they think you can say whatever you want to say. Therefore, to me, democracy, I have always said it, no matter how bad it is, no matter how worse it is better than military regime for so many reasons. Because in democracy, you have freedom for choice of your leaders. You are to decide your leaders who are to lead you. If they lead you well, you give them the opportunity to lead again. Democracy is participatory. All and sundry, all hands are on deck. Everybody is given the opportunity to play his own role as a citizen of this country. Some are to vote, some are to elect, some are to contest, some are to observe, that is the beauty of democracy. So participation makes democracy unique. And there is freedom of expression. That's where many young people get it wrongly. You see, when we say freedom of expression, you do it genuinely, you do it with decorum, you do it with air of respect, not because there is freedom, you think you can start insulting a governor, or you insult the president, you insult the senator. No, believe me, whoever does that should be apprehended. Therefore, When we talk about freedom here, we mean that in democracy, you have more choices, you have more opportunities to play and to display, unlike in the military. In democracy, there is dynamism. It is dynamic, it's not static, and I'm sure that is the realignment you are referring to. Yes, we have to realign and realign and realign continuously. You continue to change until we get it right. Let me tell you, America started democracy with over 100 political parties. But from their participation, from their action, from their inaction, so you don't even hear some. And I think that is the lane we are also going in Nigeria. So because of the dynamism of democracy, because of the alignment and alignment, is because we have different people. Good democracy carry along different types of people. If you are a Nupe man, carry along a Gwari man, carry along a Hausa man, because you cannot do it alone. Because democracy is not reduced to Bagi community or Nupe community or Kamuku community. It is a community for everybody. Therefore, you deal with different people, you deal with different political parties. The idea of different political parties is every party has her own constitution, has her own manifesto. Read through and see the one you can fix into. Although I have realized, there was a time I was in National Orientation Agency. I read about 20 manifestos and constitution of different political parties. I realized they are almost saying the same thing. One will say we provide water. The other one will say we drill borehole. The other one will say we construct road. The other one will say we give access road. So it is the same thing. The matter remains with the actors. Who is that in the position? Some people will even bend the rule. Some people will bend the rule because they have authority and they transform it into power. Also, different environment. Democracy respect different environment. We have different local governments, for example. In Niger State, we have 25 local government. The governor of Niger State cannot say, because Rafi is in Zambia and is far away, or because Mashegu is in Zonsi, let me relegate it, let me forget it. No. Your democracy is incomplete if you leave one local government out. Therefore, every local government should be given opportunity to participate. There's also issue of different interest. That's one interesting thing. No interest is permanent. Today you are interested in one thing, tomorrow is another thing. There is one philosopher called Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow said, the needs of human being, they come in sequence. There are those whose problems are security. There are some whose problems are food. There are some whose problems are socialization. Some, they want to be known. Some, they want to be acted. Some, they want to act. So because of that, democracy will give room for all interest. And there are different strategies. The strategies are simple. If I want to contest to become a governor, if I go to Kuta, for example, I will tell them, I am going to establish factory to be producing Kandalo. Because, you know, Kuta people, they love Kandalo and they respect it. And when I go to Kutigi, I'll tell them, I will have an industry for Yebochi. So that you can just put the machine, you produce your Yebochi, and you eat it. And if I go to other areas, like the baggy areas, I don't want to say it because, you know, they are my slaves. Otherwise, I will tell them there's a machine to produce palm wine. But I hope they will not hear us. Another issue very important is, you see, strategy. In 1979-1980, I remember the blessed memory of Shagari. Allah Jikanshi. Shagari went a particular community. He told them that by the grace of God, if you elect us, we are going to turn a tap and you get hora. Pom pom hora. By the time you open it, hora zai dunga zuwa shi hora ce kai wannan walla shi muka zaba. Because that is what they want. So now, the problem of realignment is, it is difficult to get it right. But however, with time we are going to get it right. Why? Because there has been truncation of principles of democracy by the ruling party. Anywhere, the ruling party will always want to do it in a way that the party will be favored against others. So as long as we truncate principle of democracy to suit one political party, we are getting it wrong. There's perpetuation of poverty. Apaya, go and tell anybody. Most of us, the politicians, they are interested in seeing people lacking in abject poverty, so that by the time they come during campaign or during election, they give 500, 1,000 naira. Like if you have 5,000 naira, you won't look at any politician to give you 5,000 naira. But they have done it in a way that everybody is in need. Everybody is hungry. Everybody is angry. So as long as we continue to do that, perpetuating poverty, it will not help us. Apaya, there's ignorance in Nigeria, particularly in northern Nigeria. Ignorance and illiteracy. Most of our people, they don't read. Most of our people, they don't study. Most of our people, they don't do research. By the time you do a research, you see what's happening in other areas. And here you are, same thing, same community, yet you are not getting the juice of democracy. Whoever is not doing that, leave him and go for another person. Another issue, excessive hunger. You know, a hungry man is an angry man. So there are lots of jobs. No jobs. That's why you see exodus of party. After election, watch it very well. Like example, after all these elections, many people in the opposition will run back to government party, the ruling party, because they are looking for food. They are looking for what to eat. So their politics is not based on principle because they have nothing doing. These are people who think politics is a profession. I have always said it. I have maintained that politics is never a profession. It's service to humanity. As long as you don't have a source of getting livelihood, believe me, you will remain a glorified political thug. That's all. Glorified because you go in Babariga, they respect you, but you are also there to beg. What about indecision? Most of our people are having indecision. Now, okay, let me try this. If I don't get, I will jump to this. If I don't get this, because they are participating because of their position. They are only being elected. What about unpredictability? You cannot predict. It's only in Nigeria you cannot predict because we do not have a system. You don't keep data. There are simple data you keep. You see, oh, if I contest here, by the grace of God, I'll get it. But if I go there, I may not get it because of A, B, C, D. No, our people are not basing it on that. They will just look at people that having poverty. How much do we give them? What about the other side? No, let's give them 2,000. What about there? It is so glaring. It is so open. It's no longer hidden. Corruption in election, corruption in democracy in Nigeria has been institutionalized. People are not even afraid. But another issue, very important, political lordship. Those people who are in position, they think it's going to continue. No. The only permanent thing in life is change. One day you are there, certainly you will leave. If you go to an office, when I was a commissioner, I remember the first day I went, I was counting the number of commissioners that were there before me. So in my mind, the following day I wrote my handing over draft, waiting for the day, because I knew I was going to leave it. But many people, they tend to forget that. So as long as others are there, they left, you must also leave for others. So the political lordship here is, when people are in position, they abuse power. They abuse authority. They think they do it all. They try to strangulate you. They will not even give you a room to do your own participation. Why? Because they think it is their time now. And tomorrow, it will certainly be another person's time. But there's a solution. The solution to all this appear, both alignment, realignment, permutation, and whatever, is government to provide a genuine and fair playground for all political actors. When you do this, good. You go and show your strength, show your capacity, show your capability, show your audacity, show whatever you think you can show. But the ground must be plain for everybody. There is no need, because you are in the ruling party and you think I am going to use my strategy to make sure that other guy is either kidnapped or is either hijacked or we strangulate him because we want to be there. Certainly, one day you must also live there. So, but to do this, I will leave our listeners with one big question. Is INEC truly independent? Unless and until INEC become truly independent, we will continue to get it wrong. Because INEC is dancing to the tune of their employers, and their employers are the government. So whoever is in government, whether APC or NDC or PDP or whatever, the government decides and dictates. Therefore, we are calling on INEC to stand on its feet, to be truly independent. So help us God.
Amen. Thank you very much, listeners. If you're just joining us, we are looking at 2027 political realignment, and Dr. Danladi Umar Andulhameed is actually doing justice. And I'd like to remind you that this discussion will see starting from general to specific.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, let's move to another very important political issues. There is and there has been an ongoing debate on the marketability and acceptance of Peter Obi as presidential candidate by the northern people, while others believing that the symbiotic relationship between the north and the southeast should be maintained or is cordial. Others are now saying that Peter Obi is not actually sellable in the north. Which of the divide do you stand?
You see, those people who are thinking that way, I think they are suffering from what you call regional disability. Regional disability. Because Nigerians should remember that the country is for both Hausa, Nupe, Igbo, Yoruba, Bagi, Ingwe, Pangu, all. They should also remember that Nigeria is for the Muslims, it's for the Christians, it's for the pagans, it's for the idol worshippers.
We must coexist.
Coexist. We must coexist because what is binding all of us is the Nigerian Constitution. And the Nigerian Constitution is never discriminatory. Therefore, people who are being politically myopic, they don't see beyond their nose. I should remember that at one time, Sir Nnamdi Azikiwe was the president of this country. The premier was Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, was a Fulani man from Bauchi. The premier in northern Nigeria was Sir Ahmadu Bello Sadona of Sokoto. Awolowo was in charge of Southwest, and they coexisted, and they did very well. Therefore, I want to tell Nigerians, we should look beyond our nose. Today, as I'm talking to you today in Mina here, if the Igbos shut all their shops, there are certain things you cannot get to buy. Why? Because that is where they are well known for. I'm sorry to tell you, when I was growing up, I realized that the major problem in Nigeria are the Hausas, the Igbos, and the Yorubas, because they are a majority. A Hausa man, a typical Hausa man, when you give him a position, finish. An Igbo man can use whatever means to get money from whatever source. And a Yoruba man can sit to use education to calculate and recalculate so that he can be above everybody in terms of socialization. Coming back to the question you asked, you see, a candidate sells himself. A party is just a platform. Obi was a governor in Anambra State. Obi, I'll tell you the bitter truth. Nigerian problem today, one, tribalism. If a Hausa man will not get it, let everybody arasa. If a Gwagi man will not get it, Bani Hekade Samu. If Bani Heze Samu, Kada Bakamuki Samu. This is our problem. But one thing they have forgotten, God created us without asking us where you want to come from. Maybe Apaya or Alesha Badeggi, if God had asked him, maybe he would say, God created me in Saudi Arabia. To Allah Yaki. He created you, and maybe a man in Badeggi. Badeggi man of all places. Kaga Badeggi Akawi ne.
Asian city.
Which ancient city? It's just a village. Badeggi is a village.
It's an ancient town. One of those.
Yeah, so the point I'm trying to make here, we should not fool ourselves. God has created you a Hausa man. There is nothing you can do. You can never change it. Wallahi, if you stay 100 years, I will tell you one thing. Do you know Hajia Ahmed Keri? Hajia Amina Keri Ahmed, one of our educationists in Niger State. I never knew. Somebody came to me when I was a commissioner, tell Rankadi, Gahajia Amina, yes, she was a commissioner here. What? she's from Sokoto. No, I can't believe it. Before God and man, Andulhameed. But the truth about it is, the role and contribution she made in Niger State, she never did it in Sokoto, because this is where God wanted her to be. But her tribe, her origin is known. So there is nothing you can do. So the issue of tribalism, whether Igbo, whether Yoruba, whether even malamai sun faɗa mana abin da ake so shine adali. Ai adalci when you are a leader. Ba ruwanmu da yaranka. Allah ne ya san abin da ke zuciyanka. And Allah na amfani da zuciyarka innamal a'mali binniyati. Therefore, second problem we have is religious bigotry. Your religion is your religion, my religion is my religion. What about it? Worship your own, I worship my own. I gave you examples severally. I said this issue of religion. There was no religion. All the Islam and Christianity, they are all foreign to Nigeria. Some 100 years back, there was nothing like Islam in Nigeria. There was nothing like Christianity in Nigeria. Is it now that it has come, it has been imported, and we want to misuse it? I have been giving example. Apaya, here we are in Mina. If you want to go to Lagos and I want to go to Lagos, maybe I have a jeep. I'll go with my jeep. You have to go to the garage and enter Kabu Kabu. I'll be there before you. Where are you coming? You are coming to Lagos. And somebody who lives here and goes to airport Abuja, take a plane. Where is he going? We are all going to Lagos. It depends on your choice of how you move. If you want to become a Muslim, be. If you want to become a Christian, be. It is between you and God Almighty. Another very, very important issue is issue of regionalization. Like you just mentioned, people will be thinking, when I Iboni, and so what? Yeah, and so what? There's nothing wrong about that, because he's in Nigeria. Unless and until Nigeria divides and the Igbos are on the other part of the country, that is, look at Nigerians here. Many of them are our brothers. Most of their relations are in Sokoto, but they are operating in Niger Republic, and their brothers and sisters are in Sokoto, Kamba, Kebbi, Godabawa, and they are all operating in Nigeria. So issue of region is very, very important. People are misusing it, and the worst part is corruption. Most of our leaders are caught in this wave. So if you look at it, if you want to elect a leader, forget about his religion, forget about his region, forget about his tribe. What you look for is his antecedents. Example, when Obi was a governor in Anambra State, Obi was adjudged to be the most incorruptible governor produced in Anambra State. I had been to Anambra 2 weeks ago. I went to Anambra, I went to Imo, I went to Rivers, I went to, what do you call this place? This eastern state, Enugu, to understudy the relationship between Obi and Konkos. How will it go? And believe me, I realized it was going fine. It was going fine. People who are myopic are still thinking about the civil war that happened between the Igbos, maybe, and the federal troop. It was not against the Hausas. No, it was against the federal troop, because Igbos wanted to succeed themselves. Therefore, what Obi did in Anambra is adjudged to be one of the best governors. He created a lot of jobs. And go and see the work he has done, the infrastructure he put in place. Do you know it was only Obi as a governor who did not take severance allowance? When you finish as a political appointee, whether commissioner or advisor, there is what is called severance allowance. This man refused to collect his own. Not only that, he forfeited his monthly allowances when he was a governor. And look at the amount of success, 2023. People thought it was a joke. But look at, he's worked many states, including Lagos. Do you know even Labour Party was caught by Lagos, caught Lagos State. So you look at the antecedent of somebody. But again, if they are looking at Obi, why don't they look at Konkoso, his running mate? Let me call you a story. You remember late Buhari of blessed memory, when he was a military head of state? You remember who was his deputy? Can you remember who? No. Tunde Ediagbon.
Okay,
and Tunde Ediagbon. Yes. Buhari during the military regime. It was Tunde Ediagbon who was like running this government, and people are just Oreshi because he was a military man. So what I'm saying here is, if the head is weak and the body is strong, movement will still go. Konkoso has a very good political history. He has rich experience. He was a governor in Kano State. He was a minister of defense. Today, our problem in Nigeria is lack of what? Security, lack of defense. This man has been a minister of defense for 4 years. Konkoso was an ambassador. He was a deputy speaker of the National Assembly. He was a senator. He built the new Kano. Of course, he is a disciple of Sardauna and Malam Aminu Kano. It is only Konkoso that will live to Ibadan, will live to rivers, will live when you touch a Northerner. Therefore, I know some Northerners will vote the NDC because of Konkoso. Some Southerners, the Igbos, the Christians will vote NDC because of Obi. So the point I'm making here is there are certain variables you look at. Don't reduce it to your tribe or to your religion. As a matter of fact, I heard a Malam last week preaching that if you go to the market and you find out a Muslim is selling property which are bad, which are expensive, which do not equate the money you are going to pay, and you find another person who is even unbeliever, not even a Christian, an unbeliever who is selling something cheap, something good, where will you buy? I will buy from the unbeliever because that is the value of my money. So in leadership, you look for people who have fear of God. I don't know whether you have observed it. When you as a Muslim, you go to a Christian community and you behave well, they say, oh, this guy behaves like a Christian. And when a Christian comes to your community, he behaves, oh, when the Muslimi are Christian, they say, Kash, come on, Muslimi. Why? Because the two religions, they teach uprightness. It is we that bend it. So I want to tell you, the combination of Obi and Konkoso is okay. It's okay because we realize that as we are shifting power in Nigeria, Tinubu, our president, is from the south. So if you think of bringing any candidate from the north, they will tell you they have done only one term, one tenure, and they have the right. It's not constitutional, but it is their own right and privilege. Therefore, we thought Obi should be given the opportunity to do only one term. In writing, he agreed. And that, I believe, is even going to unite Nigeria. Remember, Konkoso in Kano, he built the commoners and the youth as leaders of tomorrow. Today, if you go to Kano, out of about 16 commissioners, 8 were product of Konkoso, free education. He sent them overseas. Some of them have PhD, free of charge. So do you think such people will not vote for him? They'll vote to him. They will also create awareness for others to vote for them. Therefore, I want to advise Nigerians, when we talk about political combination, we should look beyond tribal sentiment, beyond religious bigotry, and beyond regionalization, and above all, we should be less corrupt.
Okay, before we just go to the next question, which is going to be the last before we open the phone line, let me put the argument properly for you this time again. Both Peter Obi and Konkoso are having the backing of their people back home. Konkoso is strong at his own base, which is Kano, probably in some part of the north, and Peter Obi is having his stronghold at southeast there. So if Konkoso is being taken to the southeast, you expect that being a roommate, you should be accepted there. So the argument now is that Konkoso is Peter Obi's running mate when you bring Peter Obi to the north.
Yeah.
If at first it was Konkoso who is the presidential candidate, while Peter Obi is the running mate. The argument is that you think Peter Obi, there's going to be general acceptability because it is not who is actually championing the trajectory. Yeah. Now that the reverse is the case, you think the co-northern, because some of the argument is that what they have, after supporting this APC government with about 6 million votes that give the government victory, and what they are facing today is what is sending fears to many Nigerians. So how do you think,
can you see me laughing?
Yes.
Do you know I'm laughing?
How is he going to
I am laughing because during the 2023 general election or during the campaign, in our mosque here in Mina, I know of an imam who brought a ballot paper and said we must vote for APC. because it's Muslim ticket. Some imams are now crying that had they known, they wouldn't have supported Muslim ticket because there is nothing happening to Islam, nothing positive. What is the change? Tell me, what has been fundamental change in Islamic pursuit in Nigeria since Tinubu and his running mate Qasim came to power? Right? It is anticipation. It might not be well. That was why Buhari of blessed memory, Allah Jikanshi. That's why many people are still castigating him, because the anticipation was too high. But when he got there, the cabals took over the government. So I want to tell you that example I'm giving you now is Muslim ticket. Right? Even the Muslims who fought for it are now crying in it. Therefore, when it is time for campaign, must Obi go to Kano? Kongoso is there. He's his running mate.
How about part of the north?
You mean Kongoso is not known in part of the north? He is well known. Look, wherever you go in Nigeria, you get Konkosia. I am an ardent Konkosia member. And you know, and here in Niger State, we have over 10,000 members across the state. So wherever you go, we are there. We know what Konkosia has done. We know what Konkosia is doing. As a matter of fact, you can see the governor of Kano State today, who defected to APC, is allowed constitutionally. But you notice he is still a member of Konkosia. So believe me, there are people in APC in Kano that will vote NDC because of Konkoso is there. You understand? So the issue of tribe and religion, if we look at that way, don't also forget, the leader of the NDC is from South-South. So meaning, they are also going to get South-South, right? Now, in Kano, when Konkoso go, Konkoso, like I told you, is a disciple of Sadona of Sokoto and Mala Aminu Kano. It's only Konkoso that when you touch a northerner in the south, he will leave and go, either by air or by road. Therefore, Adashine, Yazuba Shima Azuba Maya Kwasa. Therefore, please, I'm calling on Nigerians. As long as we are together, Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, Gwaris, Nupe, let us operate in that direction without tribal sentiment. After all, we intermarry now. Don't we intermarry? We do. My wife is from Yoruba. 100% Yoruba, 100%. Believe me. And I married my wife from Christian home. From a Christian home, but I want to tell you, go and find out in my family. I have an ustaz. Na da Allah rama a gidana kuma ita ta haihe shi. Wallahi tallahi. And her kakanninta were Christians. But heaven never fought. So I'm so happy, I'm so delighted when I go to them. I eat my amala very well. During Christmas, nikan je Ogomashu in show amala na da bunsuru in dawo. Lokacin sallah, they come to my house to chirago, the chinchin, the komi da muka samu. Saboda haka, please, people should go beyond that. Your religion is your religion. You know Allah, I know Allah, but we all depends on how we worship Him. It is only God that knows. Therefore, whether Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa or Gwari or Nupe, so long he is credible, he has the capacity, vote him in.
Okay, thank you. Let's get to the specific, then we open the phone line. Traditionally, in Niger State is known for putting all its eggs in one basket when it comes to general election. It's either the PDP from top to the bottom or APC from top to the bottom.
Yes.
Now, will the internal wrangling in the APC, which is the ruling party in Niger State, did you see the status quo is being maintained? I mean, putting all eggs in one basket when we go to election?
You see, in the course of my discussion, I talk about ignorance. I talk about illiteracy. When people are ignorant, they cannot see beyond their nose. Whatever you tell them, they will not understand. I'm a teacher all my life by my training. Therefore, if I look at you, by your body language, I take 80%. What you are telling me from your mouth is only 20%. Example, I'm giving you something. I'm dashing you. Look at my hand. I give you, I say, okay, Apaya, take this. But you look at my face, frowning. 80% is not from my heart. Therefore, what I want to tell you here is, there is nothing permanent in life except change. So it is not going to be business as usual. No, we have had governors in Niger State and they have written their names in gold from Malam Muhammad Awal Ibrahim, the emir of Suleja, up to today. We have Umar Muhammad Bago. All of them tried their very best. And Hausawa sun ce idan kiɗa ta canza, rawa zai canza. Therefore, idan baka taka rawa da kyau ba, za a cire ka a kawon da ya taka rawa. I want to tell you that agents of political change will solve this problem. What are the agents? One, will of God. No matter how perfect, no matter how good you are there, when God says stop, you must stop. Go? When God says stop, you must stop. That is one. Secondly, aggressive awareness like you people are doing in Radio Badeggi, free of charge. Like I'm here today, I didn't pay one kobo. You only called me to come and discuss and enlighten our public, right? Free of charge. Therefore, this one can also change psyche. Some of them will listen and pick. Wani kuma zai ce kama haukaci ne rabu da tambari wani mahaukaci ne kaga ma yanzu Kano yaje yana aiki ka san su ba su na samu abinci wani. You understand? So kowa da nashi perception. Therefore, aggressive awareness, socialization is very important. So the way you mingle with people, the way you react, you come across people from other states. What is happening in your state? Oh, ABCD. Oh, in our own state, no, we don't have that. Oh my God! You say in my own state, every village you go, you have borehole. Somebody will not tell you, no. In our own state, you go from house to house begging for water. Ba marija. So that socialization will have it. Governance, good governance will call for repetition. Bad governance will call for change. So if you are in government and you are a bad leader, the people, the electorate will change you whether you like it or not, because God will not even close his eyes to see you cheating the downtrodden and those who are worshiping him diligently more than you. What about competition and comparison? Can also bring a change, because if you compare and contrast what the other governor did in the other political party and what this man is doing, say, no, that one is even better, right? Now, let us recall a history. PDP control and Gugua of Buhari. You remember? PDP was the largest political party in the black world in Africa. PDP was the biggest, the largest. PDP had over 28 governors that time, over 40 ministers, and over 100 ambassadors. Yet, when time came,
today
it has been APC. So it can happen this way. And let me tell you what happened. During that Gugu of Buhari, Talban Mina, Dr. Mu'azu Babangida Ali, who was my governor, he contested for Senate. He lost. Yet he was a governor, incumbent governor. So I want to tell you, idan lokaci yayi ba abin da zaka yi sai dai kawai ka ce alhamdulillahi. Therefore, those who are in position today and they think they will use it to strangulate opposition, or they want to strangulate the weaker ones, they want to override those who do not have the privilege and opportunity. Remember, God Almighty above is watching. So help us God.
Amen. So if I understand it very clearly, with all the variables you've listed out now,
yes.
That it's not going to be business as usual.
Not business as usual.
That the table is going to turn.
Yes. You know, we go to school, we get educated, people are getting more and more educated, people are getting more and more aware by the radio. Look, there was no private radio in Niger State. But today we have over 5 or 6 or 7 private radio. Some are even in schools. Some are in the universities. Some are in Kontagora. We have some in Mina. We have some in Suleja. Now, all these are agents of change politically. People think it's a joke. People go to radio and talk. By the time we are talking now, more than maybe 1,000 people are listening to us. Some will take and reason with us. Some may not. But I want to believe those who will listen and take our own decision are more in number than those who are myopic, thinking we have an interior motive. So, it's not going to be business as usual. There is likelihood a wind could come that will sweep everybody in government and replace like they did in PDP. It has happened. Well, but if God says no, they will be there. There's nothing one can do. So what we are praying is for the best of the best of the best.
Okay, let's testify that from the listeners. Probably, if they believe in the wind of change that could turn things around. 0913-857-9001 is the number to call and join this conversation. We are discussing political alignment of 2027 political alignment. And what do you think about this? Do you think what we've been saying here is possible? Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Umar.
Good morning, Mr. Amos from Kulkat.
Yeah, this is Amos from Kulkat. Somebody can greet you this wonderful morning.
I answer this wonderful time.
Yeah, Mr. Amos calling from Kulkat. Somebody can and then give them Guarawa of What I want to say, my contribution this morning, you are emphasizing that democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. I think we believe on that scenario, but the way and manner the leaders of this present democracy in Nigeria is making us to hate the democracy itself. It's making us to have love for the military regime once again. But if you look at what happened in Burkina Faso, they are living fine. So if they want it to be right in this country, let them really practice what is called democracy. Then if you criticize the government that they are doing nothing, which is good, you will be picked up. Because you are nobody. You will be arrested. You will be silenced. You talk about the insecurity that is happening in this country, you will not allow you to drink water. You say there is no light, there is no water, they will say you should be locked up. So any government that does not allow criticism, I don't think there is democracy here. Thank you very much. I remember the name of Fulka. Thank you very
much. Yes, thank you very much. Let's take another call. Hello.
Hello, Mustafa. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Balaji calling from Mina.
Okay, Balaji, you're welcome to the program.
You know, history cannot be forgotten. Mustafa.
Yes.
Why we should trust an Igbo man? We Northerner, we Hausas, no. And tell us that because during the coup, the outed Samod Bella and Tafa Valera, they are all killed because they are Northerner. Nobody touch Ezekiel and others, and we should believe those people. No, it will hurt. Me as an Hausa, I will never mistakenly vote Igbo to be my president. No. I will not forget that too.
All right, thank you.
That's my son.
Yes, that's it.
I will also advise him, if I were him, I would never go and buy fan from an Igbo man. I would never buy cement. I would never buy zinc. Instead, I will leave my roof open. Because most of these businesses are done by the Igbos.
Yeah, of course.
We should have to eschew, bury some of these differences.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Thank you. Let's try another call. Hello.
Good morning, Usman Apaya.
Yes, good morning. Give the challenge.
Good morning, Serkin Guarawa.
Nagodi, thank you very much.
My name is Ambassador Deputy Challenger. I'm calling you from Tudunfula, Mississippi. So, Serkin Guarawa, Nagam Sude Pashim Bakinka. Kaga matsalar mu a Nigeria matsala biyu ne. Mun gyara wallahi Nigeria zai fi haka kyau. Kaga na daya change begins from me, you and Mr. Apaya da na kasa da mu. Na gyara ka gyara, suka gyara wallahi Nigeria zai fi haka kyau. Sannan na fi kadin yare da addini da coge mu hajiye shi a gefe. In ka duba ka gani Muslim ticket waye taimaka ma. Ai duka religion din guda biyu waye ji dadin muslim ticket malamin mu ban sani ba me yasa ba su koma Aso Rock sun ba president Ahmed Bola Tinubu shawara da Kashim Shettima ba mutane suna shan wahala ba mu ci su shuru shi Sheikh Gumi din ni ma na ji shi shuru ban taba gani ya tashi ya ba shugaban kasa shawara we musulmi da Christian da wayansu addinai suna shan wahala ba. So ina mafita ina muka dusa idai magana na karshe shi ne ko in Allah din annabi mu tashi mu yi abin da ya kamata mu zaɓa cancanta da capacity 2027 ina nan a gefe cikin magayi.
Oh, thank you very much. Let's take it to the Facebook page. We have these messages there. Here, sorry, Mariam Hassan Ribat said, good morning all. Thank you very much. Mohammed Jamil said, Assalamu alaikum, good morning How are you doing? We're fine. We have this one coming from Moses Ezra. Said hunger does not look those are not looking tribalism or religious. Only a wise person will say that is for everybody, but the fool one and evil one will say that is belonging to the tribalism and religion. Bala Shehu, okay, we have this one coming from Bala Benu Etu Gaye. He said, "Good morning, Mr. Paya Ibile and the guest. The opposition have not only confused the voters, but have succeeded in giving free pass to second term for incumbent government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So far, there are 3 different opposition political parties: the ADC, the NDC, and the PDP. I personally feel that with these parties in ballot, it will be a walkover for the incumbents." Yes, that's according to him. He said it is only a united opposition that can take power off the incumbent. Thank you, watching from Abuja. That's according to him. And Shuaibu Gaye is a pure fact. My brother is actually confirming what Bala Bin Yusuf say. And we have this one coming from Ibrahim Saleh. He said the 2027 political realignment in Nigerian future major shift within the ruling APC, including Buhari's loyalists defecting to support the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar under the African Democratic Congress (ADC). Not interest group are rethinking strategies, with some exploring new parties to break ethnic political exploitation. Opposition parties struggle to unite amidst fragmentation, while defection cut across party lines, making politics unpredictable. President Tinubu has cautioned APC members against infighting. Analysts view this as a consequential realignment since APC's 2015 formation, shaped by patronage politics and religious calculation. Thank you. Let's take one more call and we'll give Tambari the chance to respond. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Na Tambari Togara, barka da zuwa.
Ina ansawa.
First and foremost, gaskiya Tambar Kangara mutum ne wanda nake daraja kwarai da gaske. Amma wannan mabili na yau gaskiya mun hannu riga da shi. Ni ba dan siyasa bane. Amma ka ce mana mu je mu zabi kofi nyamiri. Mu ba za mu yi ba. Ba saboda kuma shi kristan bane, a'a saboda shi inyamiri ne. Inyamiri bai da alkawali. Inyamiri mutum ne mai cin amana. Tarihin Sadauna wannan tarihi ya mai nisa. Nan kusa kana ina ana ta kashe mana yan arewa a kudu ne aka yi, wani laifi muka yi musu. Wani laifi muka yi musu. Kowa abinda kowa ke ji shine kowa ke ji. Mu ba laifin mu bane mu yan arewa, amma gashi ana destroy mana dukiya a arewa, ana kashe mana mutane, ba abin da kuka ce. Yanzu da shi wannan shine vice president, yanzu da ake wani abu yanzu wani ƙasa yake da shi da zai hana abin da ake mana yanzu nan. Gashi yanzu kun ce kun so wani mate na obi. Freedom is so easy. Mutane na mun san abin da suka fice da shi. Bai yiwuwa a ce wai mu je mu zabi inyamuri, ba mutum sasa ba fa wai inyamuri.
All right.
I think
he has made his
No,
point.
it's okay. Yes, that's the essence of democracy.
Yes.
Kowa ya air reviews in shi. But the question I would have asked him if I know who is on the line, I would now tell him, what can he say about banditry? Who are those exposing, playing banditry in northern Nigeria, for example?
Yes.
I'm sorry to say,
of course,
majority of targets are onto Fulanis. Where are they from? They are from the north, isn't it? Unfortunately, they also attack their own brothers and their own sisters. They cut away the cows. So don't look at it from the angle of what has happened in the past. I gave example. You can have a deputy that is more proactive than his own principal. It has happened. in Nigeria. I gave you example of Buhari, one who's the military head of state, and Idiagon. All right, but everybody has his own opinion. I will cast my vote because I believe in tenacity, I believe in audacity, I believe in capacity of engineer Dr. Musa Konkoso. Based on that belief, and many other people who believe in that can also cast their vote. Right? He has also forgotten. In Nigeria here today, there was a day after casting vote, the man who was voted in, the man died that day. You remember? Nobody knew he was going to die. So while we are doing our own calculation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is doing his own. In Kogi State, President Bakar Audu, nobody believed that an Igbira man will ever become a governor in Kogi State. He won. The same day he won, he died, and Igbira man came and took over.
But if you're making this type of explanation, somebody who might be listening to you or perceiving or misinterpreting it differently will now begin to feel, are you now thinking that, okay, Peter Obi will die? And
life belongs to God. Life belongs to God.
So is that the political
we have no control. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. It can happen to Obi. Who is Obi? And then Muhammad Obi.
I think Baba is calling us here. Let's see if we can get him connected, even though.
Where is he?
Hello.
Papa.
Yes, sir.
Wanda ya magana yanzu, to mun zo mu zauna raba kasan mana.
Shikenan.
A za a raba a ware. Ko da mu arewa muka fara cewa a ware.
Exactly.
Kuma maganar Sardauna da yake kawowa, ya san cewa Awolowo ne ya shirya wannan Nzeguku. Don ajanda Nzegu da wayannan da suka yi kudin ai sun so su kawo Awolowo ne ya zama president of Nigeria. Ai Ojukwu da kanshi ne ya faɗi wannan.
That's true.
Kuma idan ka ce ana kashe mutane a kudu ba kashe mutane a Lagos ba, OPC ba su kashe Hausawa da Nufawa ba?
Sun kashe.
A Lagos lokacin da Tinubu ke governor of Lagos.
A Fene OPC duk sun yi.
To yanzu kusa da nan a Labarago ba fasashi ba an kori mutanenmu daga Labarago.
Kwankwaso ya je ya ce don me aka yi haka nan in Lagos.
To waye magana saurara a nan mile 10 ba ci mutunci mutanen arewa Hausawa ba.
An ci.
Wasu kawo tumatir da albasa da abinci.
An ci.
Yanzu yaran da ke kabu-kabu a kudu a musamman kasan Lagos ba an ce bane har wani yaro ma sun kashe shi sun ce a Ibejuleki suka kashe shi dan kabu-kabu dan jigawa ne suka ce bandit ne.
Gaskiya ne.
Duk inda aka ga musulmi yanzu a kudu inda aka ganka inda kai dan arewa ne yaya bandit.
Exactly.
Sa'annan ka zo ka ce wai Kwankwaso ya dauko Inyamuri to mu raba kasan mana kowa ya tafi da abin da ya samu. Kuma ma za a raba kasan kowane state mu zo mu zauna a Neja ma za mu zauna a Neja state ko kowa ma a Neja ma
za mu ci da kanmu. Neja state we can feed ourselves. Yes.
A'a ba haka ba ma ko Niger state in ta yi girma da yawa a raba ta kasa biyu ko kasa uku ko mu fa mu kwace namu.
Ya hakuri.
Ko kuma masu flyover in abinci ne.
Okay, Baba, I think our time is already fast spent. What to appreciate you for coming.
No saurara kada kowa ya kawo mana tashin hankali a Nigeria.
Gaskiya ne.
Kwankwaso na da right ya zama running mate na Obi. Obi na da right ya contest for president of Nigeria. If Nigeria is too big for you or is too small for you or you are not comfortable with Kwankwaso Obi, you can move to Niger, you can move to Cotonou, you can move to Togo, you can move to Ghana. But if you go to South Africa, they are going to sack you and bundle you back.
That's true.
Thank you very much.
Haka ne.
So kowa ya samu magana da zai fito a bakin su. If you are hungry, go and look for what to eat. You are suffering for adult malnutrition. Adult malnutrition.
So we appreciate you, Baba. Thank you very much.
Wannan magana da kai shi a Badeggi yayi.
We don't have time.
I know.
Our time is
I just want to zan yi fashin baki. Magana da kai shi a Badeggi yayi, don't worry. Kaga a lokacin da aka yi contacting Kwankwaso ya zama deputy na Obi. Ya ce aka ce kai Kwankwaso ya cika taurin kai ya cika son kanshi ya cika kaza shi ya kamata ya ce to a zo tunda kun ban dalilai na yadda zai yi so daya in Allah ya kawo abin ya dawo arewa kaji kuma ana cewa duk me ya kawo in kuma ya ki zuwa ya zama mataimaki sai a ce ai shi ya cika son kanshi ya cika jin kai shi bai son kowa ya shugabancin shi to dan adam dama haka yake dan adam tara yake ni tambari ma 7 nake ban kai 8 ba wannan kenan. So my last statement,
yes,
I want to appeal to our leaders to wake up from sleep. Our leaders of today are sleeping. Go and quote me anywhere. They are sleeping because if they are not sleeping, issue of insecurity can never go beyond the government, can never overpower the government. Therefore, they should wake up. And I'm calling for the commoners like me and you, the followers, to pray for our leaders never to sleep again and again and again. So help us God.
Amen. Thank you very much, Dr. Danladi, Umar, Andulhameed. Thank you. We want to appreciate you for thank as always. This is where the curtains fall on this program. I am Usman Apaya. Thank you for listening. God bless you and goodbye for now.